too. All right.
Sometimes.
That is adulting
I've
blue
been doing
ribbon.
this since I was 7. I'm really proud
Really?
of myself.
Well, there you go.
Came in late.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We're talking about our accomplishments. Cobbling. I cut my own hair. And
Oh yeah. Show off the shoes you made for the camera since we're filming now.
I have made them, but they were like, I bought them at. You guys, I bought these hideous pair of shoes at Ross, and I transformed them into these amazing geek fashionista.
Of course, yes,
To
absolutely.
kick anyone in the
You know what?
with
Yeah.
Ninja Stars.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In the ego. You're gonna kick him in the ego.
Excellent
Oh my
hat.
gosh.
That is a fantastic. Did you make that hat?
No.
he bedazzled it though.
God made it.
God, it came straight from heaven. That
Yeah,
hat.
it came straight from the turtle gods. It's wonderful to be.
Yeah. Okay, so do you guys mind, I know who some of you are, but for the camera and for the fans at home, do you guys mind going around left to right and just saying who you are and what you do for the show?
My left or you?
My left. That's why I did this. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, go for it.
It's like the song.
Greetings. I'm Greg Cipes, Michelangelo.
I can't beat that. What?
Sean Astin, Raphael.
Yeah, I think I know who you are.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Gwendolin Yeo, and can I say one?
You can say it.
They're revealing my character, Shinigami.
Whoa!
Yeah,
It's the
basically.
first time anyone's heard that.
Scream?
You guys are the
First
first.
ever. All right.
Oh my gosh.
I feel so special. Oh my gosh.
Now, like CNN breaking news.
Yeah, the ticker is now running on the bottom.
Yeah, she's much less. She has a much less flatter chest drawn.
I wanted to be thinner and whiter teeth. I'm Kevin Eastman and I do Ice Cream Kitty.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Never did anything for the Turtles, right? Not at all.
No. Crazy guy Peter Laird. We love you, Peter.
I'm Ciro Nieli, and I'm the voice of the pizza delivery boy.
That's
An
the truth.
occasional
Just.
dead person or zombie.
With the grunts.
Although I was originally cast as the pizza boy, I remember, and that was recast by Ciro. Yeah, I was originally the pizza boy, I remember. And
I think that was, before they realized it was me.
yeah.
I think one of my favorite things, and now that we're like 5 seasons in, is every now and then, Andrea Romano, our director, there'll be like a guy in the background, like, man walking by, and she's like, can you do the grumbling of that guy going by? Like, great, thanks very much. Like, do you want another take? Nope. We're good.
You use your voice actors for all the time you have and milk them for all they're worth.
Yes, I like being milked.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's a quote. Oh, wait a minute. What did I say?
Are you allowed to say that in this movie?
I like being milked.
Okay, yeah, there we go. There you go. Now it's in air quotes, so it's good.
I gotcha.
It's good. So you guys, this is now you're on, like you said, your 5th season. How do you feel like you guys, have all settled into your characters? You've gone to outer space. You've come back. How do you feel like about the show nowadays and how it's all changed and grown and everything?
For me, there's something about playing the badass guy, the tough guy, which gives them tons of places to go. Because when you see the badass guy be sensitive and kiss somebody, or you see, you can just play with it, and they do. So every time I open up the script, I'm like, what is Raph? What is he? How does he get to play against his? He has the little, he's Spike.
Yeah.
And
Spike's
so
awesome.
yeah, I love that they do that with.
Well, and it's actually kind of nice with Raphael because he is the tough one and he's always trying to protect his brothers, but yet you give him such a soft side, which is really nice that you get to see every now and then. So it's really
Raphael soft side.
well, his soft side is like he doesn't hit quite as hard.
He doesn't need to. He's Raph.
I love working with Sean because this is my first season coming on, and first of all, I was like, after I got over the screaming, and they were like, please lower your voice.
You don't have to yell at all of your
You don't
attacks.
have to yell at all at every take. Yeah. So after
You're so pretty. They were like, go ahead, just keep.
The sound dudes were like, So, but what I love about Sean was I was like, he was like, Andrea, like what's my character doing here? Like, would I say this? Like, would this be better? Like, I like that. Like, so what's happening? And just really caring about, really caring in season, in season 4 about what's going on and still growing that. And some actors phone it in, and he doesn't phone it in. I really admire that.
I can't believe I've been invited to the party. I'm sure every time I come in, I'm like, I'm still here. No,
What, just Jack, still Raphael? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Pizza boy.
It's always interesting. It's like when we were at the very first season, you have voices of the turtles in your head, what they sound like, or Raphael's like this. Until you actually, when they come to life, and then that's the definition. And when Ciro started working on this new show, and the cast he put together for the show, you guys are awesome. That's all I hear now. It's like I think Michelangelo, I think Raphael.
That's
the cast
that is a compliment.
It's
I hope you post that. Compliment right
Probably the
there.
best accomplishment of the show is the cast.
No,
It's true. Well, I mean,
You guys are
it's
awesome.
incredibly well.
the
written.
rap was a really
Incredibly
hard one to cast because everyone did what Kevin was saying. They were all coming in being like, I want some pepperoni.
Right.
And it was really important to go, well, if we want to do that, the guy there's the other thing too, is like there's art and there's the design and there's what the character looks like. So if you make him really big and tough, but then you give him a soft, sweet kind of personality, then he becomes like something that you can't get enough of. You play against the type, or you strengthen things in different places and cut your losses in other places, and it was just amazing when Sean came in.
It was the best audition experience of my life.
Was it?
Absolutely.
How did, I
I
can't
wanna hear
remember
Tony
why.
tell
Yeah,
us
well, tell us the audition story,
tell
please.
Well, you guys had cast everybody else, and then it's like everything. You were starting like
kinda
in
what
the
I
next
remember.
week, and so I was driving from another voiceover gig, and I remember I used to never be able to get voiceover work. I had 1,000 auditions and didn't get anything, and I get this audition. They said, "Do you want to go read for Raphael for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?" And like I didn't know the comic books. The first I learned of the Turtles was Corey and the movies, and like I wasn't a fan. I just didn't like it, and I was too old.
After your time.
I was after my So except for when I showed my little brother-in-law and introduced him to Raphael, to a walk-around guy, and he fell in love with that, and so I was like, okay, I think I get it. But I knew that it was this epic franchise, and I'm like, you know what? As an actor, if you have a chance to be involved with something that is so beloved, and you don't get it, it's probably your thing, and not, So I was like, absolutely, let's go do it. So I go and I drive over there, and they said, they really like you for it, but they want to hear it, which you always hear, and then you go in and they're like, it doesn't work. And there was about 4,000 people in there.
Oh my God! Yeah,
I mean, it was packed in the booth, and I go in there, and literally everything I said, the faces on the other side, everyone was like, oh. The more people seemed like happy with what I was doing, the more confident and playful and fun. And I walked out and I said, I called my agent, I said, if I don't get this job, then I need to go to a shrink because my perception of reality
How long did it take before they told you?
I was like by the time I got home.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, because I would
That's
have been
great.
like 48 hours.
Yeah, that's it. And then he's gonna work tomorrow. I'm like, so they're settling, right? And they're like, it doesn't matter. He's just,
Just take the gig.
48 hours, that's nothing. I had to wait for like a year.
Well, yeah.
What was your audition like?
Well,
There was no audition for Cipes.
he showed up.
I mean, I guess you did a formal audition, right?
I did.
Yeah, and it was good. It was really good. But we wanted, I was developing the show. I was just like, Cipes has got to be Michelangelo, period. So then it became a lot of like making sure that everyone around him let him, because it was really a team dynamic. You have to kind of make sure all the voices sound good as a group. That's why Sean was last. I think part of the smiles too was if Sean sounds that way, we can go with Jason to be Leonardo, right? Like it was getting all the pieces to fit together because it really came down to like Leo and Raph having to sound a certain way so that the two could really play those roles against each other. And so that way Rob and Cipes could then be who they were. But Cipes is like my brother. Cipes was Michelangelo when he was born. So it was like coming in and reading
my
was
middle
awesome.
name.
It's a formality.
Yeah.
You know, like-
The first time I met you was so awesome. I was doing a gallery show in LA and had a whole bunch of turtle art. I believe the first turtle ever drawn, which was Michelangelo. It was like literally that's the first turtle ever drawn.
Nice.
It's like on
Nice.
top
Hold
of
on.
your
Let me get a
ceiling.
close
Yeah,
up of that.
like there.
system.
That's beautiful. And so I was doing the show, and you came in, and you were walking around. You were so you were awesome and sweet and nice. And we were just chatting, and you finally were like, "Oh, I'm the voice of Michelangelo in the show." And I go, "Well, I created the turtles," and you went like, "Oh." And we've been just awesome ever since.
That's
We've just
awesome.
been hanging out.
Yeah, it's funny.
That was
I
really a treat. Then, because then you came. The gallery's closing was January 4th, and he said, "What do you have for entertainment that night?" And I said, "It's your birthday." And he goes, "I'm coming and bringing my whole band to your gallery."
Of course you have a band.
And I was like,
King Rock.
So
His band
tell
is
us about
his
your
plus
band.
one.
"Oh, it's fantastic."
My band, Super Space Fighters. It's like the Beatles meets Jim Morris, the Doors meets Led Zeppelin.
Nice.
We just have a lot of meets the Beach Boys, and we play in Venice Beach a lot. And we got shut down last time in Venice Beach because we had the crowds blocking the whole boardwalk.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
of course.
Which is cool.
That's awesome.
Also, I love how you brought Rob Paulson back in
Yeah.
too from the first
Yeah,
season, 'cause
that was.
It was good to have Rob there.
Yeah.
They went, do you like the idea of one of the original Turtles being in the show? And I was like, I hadn't thought about that, and no. And then I said, but I had an idea in my head of the voices. I didn't have an idea exactly what they sounded like. I knew what they needed to do, but it wasn't a sound.
Yeah.
Like it's not like I had a specific sound, and I didn't want anybody to have like a put-on voice.
Right.
So like Cipes is being himself. Sean, to a certain degree, is using your voice. You're not. Hey, this is Raphael. That would be like horrible.
That's how to not work
yeah.
for audition.
Like you want, to a certain degree, you want like certain.
Just the honesty. If there's honesty in what you're doing.
You have to focus on emoting honesty.
Yeah.
That's what
Put on
comes
the voice
through.
the whole
Yeah.
thing. So
It still matters.
Rob came in, and all the guys came in. When Rob read, I went, like, there was, Rob's, first of all, you gotta understand, Rob comes in the room, and I'm like, oh my god, it's no job. Like, so I'm like,
So you're fanboying all over him already.
Do that Connecticut accent and ride your snowscooter. But he did a thing, and the thing was like, oh my god, that's Donatello. And when I heard it, he got it because he got it.
Yeah.
He was the guy.
Yeah.
So and I was really happy that happened. Like,
No,
because it wasn't forced, and then the fans it helped. I think the
Yeah.
fans were really excited about that because Rob is like a superstar.
Yeah. He's
What
awesome.
you said, the purity is like what Sean brings. The purity and the honesty is like you can relate to the characters and the emotion comes
They're
through.
sincere.
They're just sincere.
Well, I was glad that there was such a positive feeling in the audition, because then when you sat down and they're like, that's the original Raphael that you're, playing opposite.
Do you ever pick
Like-
his brain for notes or anything?
It's a little bit like how you came to. One of the coolest things about the creators of the show, about Ciro and Brandon and the way they run the show, is that there's no they get it. They get that it's cool to honor older elements and bring in newer elements.
Yeah.
There's it's just cool. It's hip. Like they get why things are funny.
Yeah.
They get why things are important. So to me, that it was clear that was the energy of the show. So being next to Rob, I was like, I get it. I get that this is, that this is hip. But at the same time, it's not just that he was in the original show. He's a legend in the industry, and there's always a little thing when guys who have established film careers come in because an audience knows them to the voiceover space, where the yeoman, heavy lifting voice actors who've been around forever are patient.
Yeah.
Because there's a learning curve and it can be quite steep, and some people don't make. It's like the slippery wall on that show. And they don't
Yeah.
make it. So you just kind of, I just knew that was, and he's the most generous guy in the world. But I just know that the artist, inside the artist, is a compass that can't be with. You just can't if you're an artist, and he's an artist. And so when at one point I just remember, like, I don't know, sometime in the first episode, he knew that I was feeling that way, and I did something right, and he just gave me like a thumbs up, and it was genuine. And I was like,
Rob's all love.
That's
all
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and we can't wait for the next season to come out.
dude, isn't the red light supposed to be on?
It is.
It wasn't on the whole time.
Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. I got a red light right here for me up top.